Hello, hello, my beautiful sensitive people. This is a video for people that want to know a little bit about herbalism, particularly intuitive herbalism. And so I'm just going to show people what we have here. These are the herbs. And what I'm doing now is I'm just preparing an herbal formula. I'm making a tea for somebody. She called and she requested that I make her an intuitive tea. They're called intuitive teas. This is a person that had a tarot reading with me, and we did a little intuitive reading with her. What was going on with her energetically, what was going on with her in terms of just her health, etc. And her Akashic records, the reading, etc. I had a lot of information to go on. So what you're seeing here is you're seeing what creating an intuitive tea would look like. You can see just how many herbs go into an intuitive tea. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to just show people who were curious what these teas look like and how they're made. And if you look at the different types of herbs, for example, the lemon balm, this is made with a leaf. This is an anti-anxiety herb, and I'm going to be putting that in. But you can see that because it's a leaf, I don't have to grind it. You can see my grinding stone here. And part of why I'm doing the grinding stone is because many of the herbs have to be ground. Specifically, this is a person that I wanted to do something for liver stagnation. If a person is experiencing some toxic overload, this can sometimes also happen in perimenopause, menopause, where we just get congestion of the liver. So I like to add some milk thistle seed. So I'm grinding that as well. We gave astragalus to this individual. Astragalus is tonifying, so I thought that would be nice, particularly good for as we get older, because astragalus helps keep our ligaments and our tendons strong. That's one of the prolapse. People who have conditions of prolapse, that was traditionally how astragalus was used. We also have some St. Johns Wort. St. Johns Wort is considered an antidepressant, but that really doesn't do justice to St. Johns Wort. We talk, those of us that are big time herbalists, in terms of the traditional use of herbs, we think about St. John's Wort as bringing in the sun. It was called St. John's Wort because it's a yellow flower, but when you squeeze it with your hand, it produces a blood. But it's considered a sunny plant in the sense that it brings sun to people. So I wanted to give her just a little bit of sun. And then we can see here, this is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen, and it's tonifying as well, but it helps with energy when a person's feeling fatigue or feeling like they don't have a lot of energy. We give them a little bit of ashwagandha just to pick me up. Lavender. I don't go crazy on this because it's really strong, so she's only going to get a little bit. Dandelion. I don't think I've used this yet. Dandelion is both a diuretic. It helps if you have swollen feet, swollen hands. The leaf is also used to help with edema, and the seeds also are therapeutic for the liver. I've added some dong quai. Dong quai is important for women's health. If a woman comes to me that's having perimenopausal symptoms, menopausal symptoms, we will often give dong quai because it can help with that. Same with red raspberry. Red raspberry is great when you're pregnant, when you're having hormonal imbalances. Also, if you're having an irregular menstrual cycle, we will give red raspberry. This patient also, because we were trying to balance the hormones, I decided to give a little chaste tree. Chaste tree is very helpful, particularly in the early stages of perimenopause, because chaste tree can help with balancing the progesterone estrogen ratios. We can see those change, particularly in women as they get older. I have 2 herbs that I will not have to grind. That is Rhodiola, which is very good for women. It balances women's hormones. It's good for the liver. It's also a pick-me-up and considered an adaptogen, just like holy basil. So it'll go very nice with the holy basil. And then we have some erythrococcus. This is a type of ginseng that also will help with mood. And again, it's ground, so it will go towards the end. So when I am making a tincture like this one, or excuse me, a tea like this one, I will start with the seeds and the things that have to be ground up first, and then eventually evolve towards the things that don't need to be ground, the leaves, and then finally the powders. So this is just about done. Just needs a couple of the powders. I sing when I make my herbs. I sing when I make my medicines. I also like to meditate and send positive energy when I make my medicines, because I really believe that intention and love and care going into medicine is as powerful as the medicine itself. Now that may be silly to some people, but I truly believe that. I think that's why mom's medicines are the best medicines. So we're just going to grind this up. Awesome, ready to go. Now, because we recycle, we save whatever jars we have. This is a simple jar that had some organic preserves in it. Anyway, we finish that off, we wash it off, and save your glass jars if you are an herbalist or somebody that wants to get into herbalism, because you're always going to want plenty of glass jars. And then I'll just fill it up, and then the patient will receive this in the mail. And it's just another nice thing I do for patients and also people who come in for tarot readings. If they ever want to have an intuitive tea made for them, we don't make a lot of money off of this. It's really more just the joy of making the medicine. So it's if people do want to get a small jar of the medicine, it's going to be $20 for the tea, and then $5 for shipping and handling. And what I like people to do when you get your tea, if you do order an intuitive tea, we ask people to take 1 teaspoon at a time. You know, it only needs 1 teaspoon. Pour in a cup of boiling water and let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes. And you can have a couple cups throughout the day. This is going to last my patient probably, I would say, a little under 2 weeks. It's about a 10-day treatment we have here. If the patient likes the treatment, then we can go ahead and make her a larger batch. The larger batches run $40, and I think it's the same for shipping, and maybe more for shipping and handling. I have to check. But anyway, so that is an intuitive tea that I like to give to patients when they come into the office. So if you do want to get an intuitive tea and you do have an appointment with me as your reader, be sure and ask me about the intuitive teas, and if you would like me to make one for you. All right, I want to thank you for watching this quick video. My name is Dr. Whimsy Anderson, and be sure and check out my other videos, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace out.